Hey there, my name is Brett Farrell, founder of the Farrell Group, your favorite lead gen agency and home of the Million Person List. And in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what you need to do once you have the list. So you're probably thinking like, Brett, okay, I just saw your video, building a list from scratch. And if you didn't, I'll put a link below. But just understand, now that you got the list, what do you gotta do? So it's a really good question because you have to look at what you have at your disposal. A lot of times, your list is going to die sooner rather than later if you don't have an actual strategy or you don't have a plan in order for the next 30 days, 60 days of what you're going to do to communicate with them ongoing. The honest truth is that I want you to look at this like you just made a new friend. Imagine that this friend now just came over to your house, whether it's because you're hosting a group barbecue and you're like hitting it off, and now all of a sudden you're like, hey, you should come over, and say it's like a couple thing. You're a couple, you have your spouse, your boyfriend or girlfriend, and now you have another couple you want to come out. Well, first touch, first thing, they had a great time. This first thing, first touch, is your lead gen, is your lead magnet. They just downloaded it, that's the thing. What you need to do is you need to follow up with them now. Give them a thank you for downloading the lead gen. Give them a thank you for stopping by your house. Next thing is from there, you ask them to come and hang out again, but you also offer them the opportunity to go and do something different because you don't want to go to another movie or you don't want to go to the same barbecue. You don't want to cook them the same food, but you want to make sure that everything that you're doing ongoing is different but memorable, so that way they always want to come back and always perceive you to be a pretty good guy or a girl. So in this situation, talk a little more granular. Now that somebody has gone into your list, you need to give them more congruent, cool stuff. In our other videos, we've talked about like baseball and this one magazine called East Bay. Well, I was a longtime fan of this East Bay magazine that covered a wide range of baseball accessories. Now, if I opted in for the top baseball accessory of 2018, the number one softball bat of 2018, or the top 10, what you're gonna have to do with me after I opted that in, you're gonna have to send me other baseball stuff to stick around and continue looking forward to your emails. What you're doing is you're creating precedence. What do you wanna do when you get people into your home? And we're reverting back real quick to this whole new couple into your house, because do you want people to take off their shoes when they first come into your house? Yes? Okay then. Every time from there on out, as long as you reinforce that, that'll stick in their brains, and every time they come over to your home, they can expect to take off their shoes. If every time that you send an email, they can expect to get great value from you, then guess what? That's their expectation moving forward, and that's what they can look forward to. So, what precedents do you want to set? I say we need to set a very specific strategy, and that strategy needs to be 75% content and 25% sales. So for every 3 emails, you say you send 3 emails in a row that are all content. The 4th one needs to be an offer of some sort. Now you're like, well, Brett, what content do I publish? I don't really know. I'm nervous. What offer do I say? Cool it. It's good. It's not a big deal. There's so many things out there. Google yourself and Google your company. If you don't come up with enough, or you have like a theme around what you're doing, Google that. Then go find a YouTube video that actually something you love and that you'd be willing to share with your friends. Share a YouTube link. That's that easy. As long as whatever you're providing is something that you think that your friends are going to love, and that's who they are. This community are your friends. They're your followers. These are people who are tuning into you on a regular basis, and in order to show them some love, send them some stuff they're going to love. Cool? Now, one thing that we have done that has definitely helped improve engagement and also helped keep longevity going and retention going is we create a community. We usually create a Facebook group that on email 3, so it's opt-in, and then it's email confirmation, it's telling a little more about yourself with some value-based built in, then email 3, invite them to a community of people like them. Everybody loves inclusion. Everybody wants to know that there's other people like them out there, and other people want to like meet and greet and actually interact. Whether they actually participate is not really, it's not necessary, but it's good for them to be invited into a community of people that are honestly just as weird as you are. And so if you can find that group, or if you are as the list provider, can create a community of weirdos that other weirdos are loved to be able to hang out with, then you're on a roll. Then you've actually put them in a place where they feel safe, where they feel secure. It's an environment that they can actually open up and ask questions about other things that matter to them, but also matter to everybody else, so they don't feel like an outsider. I mean, if you look at, in a perfect, for instance, like cosplay, and then anything that's some of these larger conventions that are oriented around like superheroes and like Comic-Con, for instance, is what's coming to mind for me. That is a subgroup. That is a sub-community of people that love something very specific. And in your brand, you can create the same exact thing. You can create, as a filmmaker, if you can actually create a group that's just called Film Geeks. That is just everybody sharing tricks and trades of things that they've done, while also sharing films that they've made. You can look in something like ours. Like we have I Love List Building. It's a community of people that love to build lists or aspire to build lists and want to see the top tricks, tactics, and trades. So in this situation, all we're trying to do is build a community of people that want to do the same thing that we do. We'll also learn from them on different things that they've tried. So if that is the token, that is the main theme about building a list, what I highly encourage you to do is just sit down, look at your lead tool or how they're coming into your community, and say, what is the linear path after this? What else would they love? What other things can we provide? And then you go and you just write email 1, put a little box around it. You can use Google Drawings. This is something we do very often. Google Drawings is free, and it's in the Google Suite. You can go in there and you can map out email after email after email, and the messaging, the theme, the subject lines, the main focus, the point of each one. And then the next thing you know, you've got an email sequence of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And every time you find something cool and something new that you love, now you add it to the actual queue of all the emails. So as people continue going through your path, and as you kind of consistently put things here, add it to the end, now all of a sudden you're running into a 90-day to 120-day to potentially even a year-long follow-up sequence and a ongoing engagement series of things that you love, which in turn your list loves. So now, in this summary of this whole thing, figure out how they come in. Figure out exactly what they love. Send them more of that. Build a community. Encourage the community to share. Then from all those shares, find out what they love, listen to them, and then send them more of that stuff. It sounds very elementary, but essentially that's what it is. Then when you take all of that into context with the good value and the good information that you're sending, now you send congruent offers that will then help elevate where they are. Again, we've used this example within filmmakers, but again, you have to understand, like, a filmmaker wants to be a better filmmaker. They aspire to be that much better, whether you're trying to be Hitchcock or you're trying to be Tarantino, or you just want to be a great Spike Lee kind of oriented of this a little bit strange and out there. Everybody has their own flavor, but everybody wants to know the tricks of the trades that the pros have learned and the people have discovered over the years. And I'm pretty sure even if you are a seasoned veteran of 20 plus years, you're probably going to learn something new from some newbie who had no idea and no other like vision or nothing else impairing his vision and tried something brand new that you never thought of. You might surprise yourself. So that is my tactics. That is my recommendation on how to nurture your lists and how to get them to continue to buy. I guess on the last thing for the sales offerings, just make sure that once they tell you what they want more of, you do whatever you can to create it yourself. Because they're going to trust you more than a recommendation, even though that your recommendation holds a lot of weight because you've done so well on actually training them and actually just educating them and positioning yourself as an expert. But I highly recommend, if you can't create it yourself, partner with really good people that have genuine intentions that also are congruent with where you're at. And so from there, then it always stays in that realm of good feeling, good love, and support. So if that Is it all helpful? I truly appreciate you can actually share, comment, and even subscribe to this channel. We actually have a giveaway that it's a checklist. We have something that we want to give to you today that will actually break down all the different pieces and all the elements that we look at when we build our lead tools and our lead magnets ourselves. It's our million-person builder checklist. Essentially, it's what we do to actually build our big lists. And so we use this checklist to say, okay, is the headline on point? Is the call to action on point? Is the branding good? Is it connected? Is just our whole kind of checklist that we use, and I want to give that to you today. The link below where you can access that is just below this video, so I highly recommend you do so. I think it is going to serve your business very well, whether you already have a million-person list or you're just starting out. It's going to be good to actually frame you in the right way and help your business grow like it should. So go ahead and click that link, go ahead and grab that over there, and I appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, subscribe, like, dislike, comment. I respond to all the comments personally. Thank you again. My name is Brett Farrell with the Farrell Group, and I hope you actually love this video, and I actually hope you actually take a look at some of the other videos as well on the bottom and on the right. Thank you again. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.